What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Vuvuzela. It is Vuvuzela Victory Challenge time. And guys, we got some Swicer Cup action for you. It's a good one. It's going to be a good one. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription notification button thing as well. And just leave everything. Leave everything at the door. That's what we're doing. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not going to take too much of your time. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. That is the most important thing you do. And leave a comment because it helps the algorithms a lot. Let's run that intro. We've got some Swicer Cup action against our previous whooping boys, that is Krens. Of course, they got relegated last season, and this season they played a couple of friendlies. That's about it. So yeah, this is their first real game. Of course, the non-leagues, the lower leagues aren't really on this database. We are taking them on. We are playing at the Kleinfield in Krens. A decent little team. They did lose a lot of their players that they had, but they have promoted quite a few players, or managed to keep a lot of their fringe players. Their top players all did leave, and you can see a lot of players are still all listed as they all want to leave. Guys like Luca Frey, who was very good for them last season, he wants to go. Another player that is a big one is their goal scorer in Kiseza. He scored twice against us last season. Hoping he doesn't have a repeat of that. In terms of what we've done up and until this game, of course, we only had the 2 games since the last time we lost to Grasshoppers 1-0. And we've got our first points in the league. A slight change in tactic as well. I will get to that. Our first game against Servette. This one was a close one, guys. We were winning 1-0 thanks to Luis Carlos Panacia's goal. They equalized just 5 minutes later. We then had to wait till the 75th minute till Luis Carlos scored his brace and gave us the victory. And then again against St. Gallen, another 2-1 victory. This one was even more tight. Palacios gave us the victory. They scored just before halftime. We then had to wait to the 92nd minute for Justin Roth to score a penalty. Palacios was tackled down in the box. He did pick up a slight injury. He is back, though, for this game. And Justin Roth, our ever-reliant penalty kick taker, has, in fact, scored that, meaning we've got our first 2 points in the Super League, which does mean, for the time being, we move up to 5th place, sitting in a nice European spot. Listen, guys, we'll be honest with you. It's probably not going to stay there. Of course, the champions, the top team gets Champions League qualifying path, and the top 2 get Champions League, apparently. 3rd gets Europa League, 4th gets Conference League, 5th gets Conference League. So that's the European spots, just to go over that. So we're currently sitting in a Conference League path spot, so we still have to qualify for the Conference League if we do make it there. Listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is not an accurate representation of where we should be. If we look at the season preview, we shouldn't be anywhere near that top 5. But we are. And we got a good victory over St. Gallen, who were registered 5th, Servette 8th. And I mean, it just shows that we actually have a very good team, and it just needed a little tactical changing to get to the results that we needed. And this is what we've changed into, a sort of Christmas tree sort of formation. So I've gone with the fullback. The defense is pretty much the same. Sticking with the fullbacks and the ball-playing defenders and the goalkeeper, all in the same roles. Nothing has changed there. The DM has just moved more into the center. We've gotten rid of the Regista, which I really, really do love. You can see I still have the tactic on there if we do need to swap over. And then instead of playing with wingers, we're going with wide midfielders in Gutbub and Alsring on support. with 2 advanced playmakers in advanced midfielder, attacking midfielder and attacking playmaker, and then the advanced forward up front. I was toying with the idea of having a pressing forward and then having these 2 as shadow strikers, so they sort of just go ahead of him and he lays them off to them. But neither Panancia or Campbell are any good at a pressing forward. Although he has improved. He was 3 stars earlier. He's now gone to 3.5. So there is that option. We can also play him as a deep lying forward, but I didn't want to tinker way too much with that. Literally everything else is exactly the same as our previous lineouts. They all seem to work quite well with this one. And we managed to get 4 goals in 2 games, conceding 1 apiece. So that is the situation. Gutbub, we are training him to be a midfielder on the right. He's got the stats to be a good wide midfielder on support. Other than his decision-making, everything else is pretty good for him to play in that sort of position. The same can be said for Ulsring, who is sort of adapt to that position at the moment. But he does have actually very good abilities to be there, which does allow the likes of Dos Santos to become an attacking forward with Grando. Also, I know there's no face pack. I just haven't had time to do that. We will do that, I promise. Play him out like that, which does also mean the fact that Marks does get dropped. He just hasn't played fantastically in the first 3 games of the season. He got dropped completely in the 4th game. Came on as a sub for that one. He seems to be dropping off a little bit there, and I think my coaches don't rate him highly. They rate Grando and Dos Santos as better attacking midfielder. They even rate Motashi as a better attacking midfielder. I've played him more as a right mid more recently, and I'm kind of training him more to be in that wide midfielder on support role. He has absolutely amazing stats for that, so he will be getting a little bit more game time in that position. It does also mean the likes of Janicic doesn't find a spot in the team. And the thing is, Kakuri, our new signing, who hasn't played a game for us yet because he has just been injured. He has just been injured. From June to now, he has had a lot of injuries. And it doesn't look like, 11 days, 3 days. But that's already 2 weeks. Currently out for 2 weeks. That's already 4 weeks that he's missed since signing for us. And prior to that, he also had a tight hamstring just before he signed with us. I mean, sorry, not in February, a gashed upper leg, which was also another 8 days, and then another tight groin, which is 2 days. So he's got a couple of injuries building up in Kakuri's career. He isn't injury prone, which is a little bit concerning for me. But I do think once he gets fully fit and is ready to go, he will probably start ahead of Roth, who, I mean, this season has been absolutely fantastic. But you can see Kakuri is just a little bit better than what Justin Roth is. And at 29 years of age, I think Roth might be on the decline a little bit. It does also mean the likes of Houghton, who is back from injury, by the way, is going to be our second fiddle to Grando a little bit, which does mean I've got to make a space on the bench. Ferrari, who we're also training to be a left mid, the backup left mid position, but I think that was just a bad buy, guys. I just think that was a bad buy. In terms of what we're doing today, we're playing the Swiss League game. We only allowed 7 subs in this game, so unfortunately, Matoshi will... No, well, you know what? I'm going to drop Kessler just to have Campbell on there, and then we'll just change it back later. But that is the plan. We're going to play this game. If we win this game, we're going to go play the second round game as well. It's shortly nearby. Let's see what happens. We're taking on Krens in Krens. You've seen the lineup. You've seen how we're lining up. Malhaus, Minovic, Sadis. By the way, Sadis, I haven't actually spoken about him. What a player. 3 games played, 657. He is very good. Despite his fickle personality, this Greek is amazing. And he's probably one of our best defenders at the moment. Benelmer still hanging tightly on that left-hand side. Roth, Gutbub, Elsering in the midfield with Grando, Dos Santos, and Pacencia all up front. Let's go to the game. Guys, kickoff is underway. We've got the first highlight coming in the second minute. This is a good opportunity for you guys on the YouTubes to see the new tactic involved. It's more of a just get the wingers up on the wide midfielders. Yes, they do tend to stick a little bit more in the center, but it does allow guys like Mulhouse and Ben Almir to get forward and produce things like that, because it's a beautiful deep cross to Roth. And Roth does have that long shot advantage. And as you saw there, just hitting the bar with his first strike, our first sort of real opportunity that we've had. We do have the other tactic that we can switch to, which tends to do a little bit better against the sort of the 4-3-2-1 formation that most teams seem to play in this league. That's another good opportunity there from the corner. That was Munosevic's header just going over the top. We are, like I said, Dos Santos with the free kick. He has hit the bar in one of the games. I think it was against St. Gallen, and he hits the bar again. We did have a player offside there, apparently. I'm not sure, but it was offside, apparently. All right, I don't know how that worked, but we're going into halftime. We still 0-0, which is a little bit concerning considering they are a non-competitive league. They haven't had a single shot in this entire game. We've been absolutely all over them. I'm going to shout at the players. We need to do a lot better if we're going to be scoring any goals in this game, because that has been absolutely just bad. Ben Almir with the throw-in. I've taken away the long throws, by the way. We conceded 2 goals over the last 4 games with those long throws, so I've just taken them out. That was a poor pass from Gutbub. Not sure what he was doing. Roth looking for options. Munosevic looking options. Saris bringing it forward, picking up Alsring. Nicely done on that left-hand side, looking for Gutbub on the right. Munosevic picks it back up. Ben Almir cutting inside as well. Saris back to Ben Almir. He's got some space now on the wing. He's going to low cross it right to the front. And it's Leon Grando with his first goal of the season. A beautiful little low cross from Ben Almir. Took the time. That's what I want from this team with those fullbacks going right to the byline. That's their instruction, to cross from the byline straight in the near post. Polat, questions should be asked whether you should be covering that post or not. Your defender didn't get to the ball either, which is a little bit not good from, I think it was Palacios who couldn't cover in time. Or Celentano, I wasn't sure. I didn't really see who the defender was. But that was a fantastic goal. We've got another opportunity with the throw-in. We're going short this time. Benamo tried to do a back heel there. That was interesting. A Gutbub on the back post, not good enough in the air. They're pushing forward. Sadis will clear that up nicely. Benamo again. Roth on a yellow card. Gutbub going down to the touchline again. Goes in cross. Panassius was lurking there. That's a penalty. Definitely a penalty. Roth is going to step up. He is our penalty kick taker. He has dispatched them ever so nicely. Dos Santos is actually stepping up. Why is Dos Santos sitting up? God, it doesn't change when you change it in-game. That should have been 2-0. Gutbub's injured. I was about to take him off anyway. Motoshi come in there. Pacencia not playing well. Campbell can come in. Dos Santos also not playing fantastically. We'll bring in Houghton. Give him an opportunity. He did miss the penalty in fairness to Dos Santos, but he hasn't been playing well in general. Both our attacking midfielder and playmaker haven't been playing great. I still might toy with the idea of switching their roles up a little bit and maybe making them a shadow striker and advanced playmaker. That could be actually. Let's give it a go for the last 4 minutes. Let's just give that a little go. Let's see how Houghton does as a shadow striker. I've clicked the button. Thank you. Not a really great shadow. He's not bad as a shadow striker. Let's try him as a sort of shadow striker. If it helps a little bit. I don't know. It's just the last 4 minutes. We are winning the game. It's not convincing, but it's a win, and we'll take it. They've set up themselves quite defensive. They've gone a bit more attacking now with the pressing forward and the poacher. The game will end 1-0. Not the most exciting game. They had one shot and one shot on target the entire game. That was not a good performance from us, guys. We should have been winning that. 9 shots on target. I'm going to say it was a bit of a let-off, because it was most definitely a let-off. Right, we've got the second round coming up. The draw is in 2 days' time. We'll come back for the draw and see who we take on. Right, we've got the draw for the Swiss Cup. A couple of non-league teams in that. There's quite a few teams to go through. I kind of want a non-league team. I'll tell you why. I want to go deep in this competition, and I feel like it's too early to get a big gun team. Mainly on the fact that I don't think that tactic is good enough yet. We need to get more games in. So let's just click draw next team. We'll go one by one. Lucerne, I wouldn't mind Lucerne. We can take them on. They get Lugano. That's fine. Saltentern, non-league team taking on us. Okay, well, that was quick. Well, there we go. We got Solothurn away from home. Cool. Out of their, they beat Paradiso in their first game, also a non-league team. So this should be fun. Right, in terms of when that game is, it is in a month's time. All right, I'm going to go play these games off camera, and we'll come back for that game. We're going to make this a cup episode. There's so much games, guys. Don't worry. If you're a league guy, then you know what? We play each team twice, so there's enough opportunity to see every single team at some point. We're going to skip these 5 games, and we're coming back for the Solothurn game. Guys, we're back for the second game of the video. It's been a whirlwind of adventure. We even had the transfer deadline in between, and we've signed a few players. Well, when I say a few players, we've signed one player. Where am I going? Transfer history. There we go. We've signed 2 players, actually. One for the first team, one for the sort of backup position. Daniel Teo, a Swiss-Spanish 18-year-old left back. I mean, he looks like he could be absolutely fantastic. And if we compare him to Ben Ulmer, at the moment, he doesn't look like he's any good, but I think he can develop a lot. So he will be in and around the first team. And then for the first team, we have found a Chilean striker in Felipe Arriagada. Has played 3 games for us, hasn't scored a goal yet, but we're hoping that the language barrier is the issue. But this guy looks really good. Scored 12 goals in the Chilean B team last team, B League. Their team, Everton, got relegated. He scored 9 in the previous one. He's a good proven goal scorer, and I do like him a lot. At 22 years old, I think he is actually going to be a very, very good striker. If we compare him to Campbell, very similar type of mold of character. And at the moment, there's an argument to say that he is slightly better than Campbell. So that is good. In other news, Matoshi has left on loan. His loan deal does consist of an optional release, an optional future fee of 4.5 million. So I'm hoping he does well in Belgium, and they opt to trigger that fee for us, and we can get a little bit of money. And then also just Sari, going to go out on loan. He is a backup 17-year-old who is actually very, very good and could actually just slot right into the first team at the moment, but I want to develop him a little bit more. In terms of how we've been doing, we've actually been doing very well in the 5 games that we did play. We drew to Stade Lausanne Ochi, a 0-0. Roth got sent off in the 24th minute. We just had to play super defensively. Luckily, the formation we have, we can still revert to a bit more of a defensive play. And that helped us get that 0-0 draw. We then went on to beat Sion 2-0. Grando and Kukuri getting his first goal, obviously, with the sending off of Roth. Kukuri came on to replace him. And since then, Kukuri has been absolutely fantastic, scoring a brace against Zurich, as well as Gando getting another goal in that one. We then got slapped right back to earth with a 5-0 defeat against Basel, league leaders Basel there. They just absolutely dominated us. We were 0-0 at half-time. And then, literally the first, 20 seconds of the first half, Nuno Barry opened the floodgates, and it was just basically a beating from us. We then went on to beat Wittner 2-1, Mulhays and Pacencia picking up the goals and a 2-1 victory over them. We've got Solothurn next in the Schweizer Cup. A big game for us in terms of the league. We're currently sitting in second place behind Young Boys, who we do play in the next game. Young Boys and Basel both have a game in hand over us. But surprisingly, we are doing actually very well, considering that fourth place is just 3 points behind us. Our goal difference is the biggest concern at the moment, because as you can see, we managed to keep 3 clean sheets in a row, but we have been conceding 1 or 2 goals every time, except for that 5-0 victory. So I'm hoping that that 5-0 was just a once-off sort of situation. In terms of the cup game, a few little changes we will make. Taylor obviously won't be able to play since he is cup tied, which does mean Zolno will come back onto the bench. Munivis is looking a little bit tired, so I'm going to give Wood an opportunity there to play alongside Saris, give the two of them just a chance to just develop a little bit more. I wanted to play Taylor, but he's obviously cup tied, so he won't start. Marks is going to start off on the right, and then we're going to have Grando coming off with Pacencia coming on. Pacencia did pick up a slight knock in that last game. He did play a few minutes, but I'm going to try Houghton as the advanced playmaker and Pacencia as the attacking midfielder. I've just changed the role to attack, and then Ariagada is going to Ariagada, there we go, is going to come in as the striker, hopefully to get a few more opportunities to score the goals that we desperately need. Roth is coming back on the bench. Gutbub is going to go to the bench as well. We're going to try Marks out on that side. Give him a little bit more game time. I was thinking of maybe let's start Ferrari. We'll keep Eisring on the bench as well. Don't really have options to put him on the bench. He can have a rest. We'll start Ferrari on that left-hand side. He needs to get more game time. It is time to go to it. Let's jump into it. Right, like I said, we are playing a pretty rotated squad. There is a kickoff highlight. Ben Elmer loves to cut into the middle. I'm not sure why he loves to do that. His instruction is to actually go to the byline, so I don't know why he keeps cutting in the middle, but he does. Ferrari's got the first chance here to cross it into the back post. Our new boy is there. He's got an opportunity. Marks has still possession. He gives it straight away. Malhouse looking for options. He can't find anything. But that was a good opportunity from Ariagada. He should have maybe finished that. It was a good opportunity. Saris with the free kick now. We'll play it short to Malhus. Malhus has been a bit under the radar on that full-back side on the right-hand side. Kakuri goes to Ferrari, cuts short, and that's Felipe's first goal for Thun Colors. Runs to the home crowd and taunts them, I guess. The away crowd is all the way on the other side, but that was a good little pass from Kakuri to pick up Ferrari in acres of space and a good one-time cross. That's how we've scored pretty much 90% of our goals is coming from that left-hand side with Benalir and Eisenring. The two of them have been absolutely prolific on that left-hand flank. Same can be said, though, for Gutbub. He's been actually pretty decent on that right-hand side. Mulhouse, like I said, he's been a little bit under the radar. He doesn't like to push as forward as the other two. But that was a good opportunity for them to come through. Solothurn got through there thanks to Stepanovic's effort just over the top. They're already putting up a little bit more of a fight than Krins put up a fight in the previous game. But like that game, we have been all over them in terms of just the stats at the moment. Although, that being said, 5 and 2 on target, not great. But we have an opportunity now to get the 6th shot through with Arigaba coming through. Benalur coming across, looking for options again. Like I said, likes to cut into the middle. Wood. This is his televised debut, I think. No, he played the first game because we didn't have Saris for that game. So he has had a televised debut. It is a televised debut, though, for Ferrari. And Pacencia coming through now, looking once again for Felipe. And that's a second goal. I think we're just going to call him Felipe going forward. Much easier than trying to say Ariagada every single time. Felipe with a beautiful little finish there. Ben Elmer once again picks up Pacencia, who's had a few assists already from that possession. Our South African Portuguese is really coming to the party in that attacking midfielder role. It's 2-0 out. We're already a lot better than we were in our previous game in the Swartzer Cup. Fantastic little first half. We're 2-0 up, possibly 3-0. Am I getting greedy? Melhouse picking up Sadis in this thing on the right-hand side, goes all the way back to Estudante. Wood recycles the ball again. He's got options, goes for Benalur. He can play Kakuri. Ferrari, oh, that was almost a good little pass in through for Pacencia, but now they can hit us on the counter-attack with Mast. Looking for... no one really. They gave it away. Kakuri. Felipe has got Pacencia with him. Goes back to Marks instead. Marks looking for options. Cuts inside. Goes for the low cross to Houghton. And Houghton finally breaks the deadlock of his drought. And he scores a cracker of a goal into the top right-hand corner. And I feel like this game is a little bit done and dusted. Marks did very well. Yeah, I thought he was going to cross into the middle, but Houghton was in good position. Still Hart maybe should have done better as the ball went through his legs, but Houghton will take it. He's finally on the score sheet. He's been struggling to find a little bit of form. Saris with a beautiful little header. He scores his first ever Thun goal, and we're 4-0 up before half-time. What a finish from Sadis. Yeah, that was a good little... Did he hit it? He hit it with his noggin there into the back of the net. Still Hart left really flat-footed there. And like in our previous Swartzer game, we have absolutely dominated in the Swartzer Cup. Happy with how we're doing in the half. Second half, I'm hoping for much of the same. I like to see the likes of Marks getting and Ferrari getting a little bit more forward, getting them a bit of an opportunity. I would like to see the likes of Melhouse, who is on attack, by the way, but again, he just doesn't like pushing forward as often as Ben Almer, which I suppose is fine defensively, because it does actually help our defense a little bit better with having 3 men at the back rather than the 4. Houghton lets the ball bounce off the back of his head. We've seen that before, haven't we? We have. They've got an opportunity now with Kohler to Pops. This is Gospatcher crossed into Marston. That was a woeful header from the striker there. Should have done a little bit better in his attempt to try and score that goal. In terms of just players, I think Benalur will get a little bit of a rest. He needs a bit of a rest there. He's looking tired. We're doing well. We'll bring on Zollner. Zollner's right. I'm going to bring on Kessler, and I'm going to move Wood to the left-hand side. He can play there. And then I'm going to swap Kessler and Saris around. Elsewhere in the team, I'm going to give... Nah, I'm just going to do the one swap for now. You know what? I'm going to give Houghton. He's just coming back from injury. We'll bring on Dos Santos. And then we'll swap Dos Santos to put Pacencia on. Right, the subs have been done. Dos Santos coming in, Pacencia going over to the right-hand side. Kessler going over to the right-hand side, Saris and Wood going on to the left. We're doing okay, guys. But disappointed we haven't scored more goals in the second half. I am going to make another swap. Kakuri looking very tired in the center of the midfield. We'll bring on Roth for that one, coming back from his suspension. I think we're good. I would like a 5th goal. That would be just, stamp a little bit of authority on the second half. We've been a bit poor in the second half, and we've kind of allowed Southern to sort of, I want to say come back, but they're not going to come back, just to get more into the game. Pacencia going for the top corner there. That was just over the top there. Decent little effort from the Portuguese South African, and another good save from the keeper. Still Hart, despite being 4-0, is really putting in a shift in there. Good free kick from Dos Santos. Caused the save. Marks with the corner, looking for no one in particular. Dos Santos picks up the loose ball. His first touch was absolutely horrid there. And that will be the end of the play. And I think that could be, well, I was going to say the end of the game, but there is going to be one last highlight. Ferrari has an opportunity to try and push forward. Collar, though, can push forward, force Solo Thurn. Prost looking for the options now and got some guys in the box. 3 men to look for. It doesn't find any of them. Instead, gives the ball away to Dos Santos, who's running down the wing on the wrong-hand side, really. Pacencia now coming in front. Felipe with the hat-trick. And he just hits it wide. Would have been a brilliant way for Felipe to get in on the game. It is going to end a 4-0 victory, a fantastic little win for us. Absolutely marvelous stuff to see. In terms of when we're coming back for the next game, the Schweizer Cup is quite deep into the season. I might skip that game because the thing is we've played all these games already. So I might just come for that and then maybe come back for the Basel game. Maybe just do what we did today. I think that could be it depends who we get for the Schweizer Cup. We'll play it by ear. If you see me back for the Schweizer Cup, then you know it was a really big game. If it wasn't, we're coming back for the Basel, Luzern, and Young Boys game. I think would be a fun one to have a look at. Let's have a look. Well, folks, that's all the time we have. 2 Schweizer Cup games, 2 victories. Who do we take on for the next round? Tune in next time to find out what's going to happen. We don't know. I honestly... I know I say things that we'll come back for these games, or no, we'll come back for those games. I don't know what's actually coming on. I don't know what's even going on half the time. Hope you guys enjoy it, though. Make sure you hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Your boy, the Vuvuzela, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.